So, if you've ever seen Saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers, you'll know that they were shot on film that was bleach bypassed. This leaves an effect that includes the silver in the image with the dye cloud, which gives it a desaturated old look.
We will be shooting these photos on Fujifilm 200.
Then we will be processing it in Eastman-Color -2, and we'll skip the bleach step. So today we're wearing some military-like uniforms just because all the films that were bleach bypass process had military uniforms. We wanted to see how they compared in our images. Kind of look like hipsters, but that is not the effect we're going for. So yeah, this is a rangefinder. It's the Fed5B, made in Russia. Right there, you see through the viewfinder. There he is. He's messing around with the camera. All right, so we're gonna get to shooting this thing. Hey guys, it's super hot and we just got done shooting half the roll. I'm gonna shoot the other half of the roll in the Kodak Pony. So, see you there. Here's the Pony 135, and a lot of people don't know how to open these things. So here, you see, it doesn't have like the traditional, you pull, you see this right here, there's like a little secret button, and you press this down and you move it downwards. And then the back pops off. Now I'm going to load the film. Like this. And then I'll put it back on the camera. Alright, so we got Ty as the cameraman, and now we are going to be using the Pony 135. And this camera, I know for a fact you can take double exposures on. Finicky, but I'm gonna try it. So first we're gonna use this calculator, because I thought it would look cool with all the numbers. And I would take a picture of me. So this has minimum focusing distance of like about 2.5 feet. So 1 foot, 2 foot. All right, so we got that. Hey guys, it's the next day now, and I developed the film. I already got it loaded into my Patterson tank, and here's the roll. So I'm going to develop it now at Eastman-Color -. The recipe is Conspiracy of Cartographers recipe that he shared with me. But I got all the chemicals from Art Caf from my birthday. It was like more than $100 for everything. I got this Aurora Aroma Heater thing, hot plate. My water's at about 120 right now. The developer's probably not that hot, but I'm gonna develop. So I use a stopwatch on my phone because it's easier to reset than the timer is. So, I guess I'll do a pre-wash real quick. Yeah, since I don't use a C41 kit, I have the Eastman-Color -. It actually uses regular fixer, stop, and like a standalone bleach. So it's actually not that hard to just remove the bleach. I'm gonna develop this for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The best results I got on the Fujicolor 100. So. I have a feeling I might be running this a little hot because there was some steam from the bottle. Though it also is 25 days old. I made it on May 1st and today it is May 26th. So now we wait. I'll probably cut this part out. Alright, so there we go. 4:30. That's as easy as pouring it back and with a funnel. another tidbit too. If you're wondering what type of bottle this is actually an olive oil bottle. You can buy on Amazon that are empty. The amber bottles were kind of overpriced, and they're pretty big too. And they wouldn't fit in a stock pot like this. By the way, this is a $13 Walmart, and this is like a $15 hot plate. It works really well. The olive oil thing, I think it also helps to stop the UV light like amber does. Alright, so I watched it a little bit. I want to open the top now that it's finished. Spray. And see. Yeah, it's completely, did not expect that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just not. Yeah, okay. Oh, I just gave myself a panic attack there. So there is images there. The images are there. And they're just hard to see because the silver's all there. And since I developed it a lot, it looks like it's ruined, but it's not. Yeah. Alright, so I got the film drawing right now. The frames are down here. So yeah, there's the frames. A bit less frames survived than I had hoped for. Well, I'll get to talking about the results once I dry these and scan them in. See you then. If only he knew how hard it would be to scan them. Yeah, this is future me talking. Yeah, the negatives were really hard to scan because my scanner with its dinky little LEDs couldn't penetrate the layer of black and white. You want to see? Okay, I'll show you. Hey, look at this. This is what I had to scan on. See? And no, it wasn't as simple as putting on the tripod and taking the photo. No. Okay, so I used this lens because it's the sharpest one I have, and I used some of these focal increase or whatever they're called, but basically they turn your lens into a macro lens. It had a sub-millimeter depth of field. Like if you even like tap this, it would go out of focus. But you see, it's I got it all scanned so I can review it for you now. Alright, so before we start looking at the shots, I'd like to thank Ty for being my model throughout the whole process. I hope you enjoyed this video. To all the viewers, hope you all have a happy Memorial Day and enjoy this historic military recreation of sorts. It does look a lot, almost exactly like Saving Private Ryan. So yeah, let's get on with the shots. So, the first shot is of Ty. He's wearing an olive jacket and a beanie that I gave to him because my uncle gave me a bunch of these cool military stuff for airsoft. And he looked pretty charming in those. So this is actually the first of the roll shot. And if you're not acquainted with film photography, what happens at the beginning of the roll is that basically from the leader to where the film goes back into the can, it all becomes white. And the first shot that you take, kind of like fiery bar, and it's called like the first of the roll, first shot kind of thing. And those are kind of trendy too. So yeah, put it up on screen. I really like it. You can see I don't really know what caused it. I don't know if it's my scanning, the Bleach Bypass, or the ECN-2 negative, but there is like kind of browning on the edge. On to the next shot. The next one, I decided to keep part of the sprockets, but I think that looked really cool. This was originally meant to be a landscape shot, and I shot a portrait, so I'm kind of cut off. But it doesn't really matter, it's still a charming shot. So the third shot, we did the landscape, and I like it. You can see I really love the silver tone of the camera. Alright, on to the next shot. So this one I also really like. I think it might be the best shot I took of Ty, because the lighting, the background is so nice, I think. And the little light leak from when I loaded it in, it's framed really nicely with the T-post in the back. My dad's garden kind of looks like a military encampment or trenches or something. Okay, on to the next shot. This one is similar to the last shot, but it has a far larger light leak on it. I also concluded the edge again because I thought it looked... Alright, so now we're moving on to the more abstract photos. Only reason I say that is they weren't meant to be abstract. The Kodak pony, the winding in it, I messed it up. Mine's messed up. It probably still works, I just didn't use it right. So I'll show you this one. This is a really creative shot where we're using the kind of natural trench and we set the Fed5B in the grass on a self-timer. You can see it got Ty in the picture really well. And it would have gotten me really well too, but I kind of had to crop it because the next shot was like overlaid. So yeah, the next shot, it's a little different. We were trying to go for a double exposure, but apparently it didn't come through. But it still looks pretty cool. It's like, looks like some soft focus. 2 calculators, ones I use for school. So yeah, the next one, you can see I was taking a photo of the bench. Yeah, I was lying down, I took the photo. It kind of looks like the 2 strip Technicolor there's barely any blue in these ones. This one is one of my favorites. I'll put it up on screen. I think I'd title this like Fuzzy Memories or something like that. I think it's really interesting because it was not intentional at all. We created like this weird collage on the left side where it's like my head on the ground. I don't know why. Then there's Ty's face on the right. And then the next one, this one. We tried to take a selfie with the Kodak pony because it had a minimum focusing distance of about like 2.5 feet. And I think my arm's like 2 feet maybe, or it's a little blurry, and it got double exposed with this pine tree. I think this one might have been intentional. Ty didn't get in the frame a lot, but I think that's kind of payback for all the frames I've been cut out. And then the last shot, I don't particularly favor this one. It's not like abstract or cool, it's just kind of there. Yeah, and that's it. Overall, I really liked it. I don't know what it is. The Bleach Bypass and military stuff, I think it's like, they are made for each other. So I know I've wanted to try Bleach Bypass for a while. I've looked on YouTube. I haven't found any actually expose the Bleach Bypass film right. They all use signs still, and they get it processed and whatever. I don't know, they spend a lot of money. Jamie Belando, that was one of the persons I watched, and his pictures were so green and blue. They didn't look anything like Band of Brothers. So I don't know what he did. Shootswithcoop, yeah, I think it's the best video out there currently. About his stuff, he gets like the same effect in his greens and stuff, but I don't know what he did, but his negatives came out basically the same. They just looked a little darker. And I mean, I'll put like a split screen, but like look, this compared to this, it's nothing alike. You gotta hold this up to the light to pierce the black and white layer, you gotta, yeah. So these are not something like, I don't even know if this is what the actual movie things look like. I don't think anyone on Jamie or Shootswithcoop, I think they sent both their films off to be processed. So I don't really know how the people did it there, but here I did it no bleach at all. And you saw the results. They are Band of Brothers. Yeah, I had to kind of edit the images a little bit because it's not an actual scanner. It's just my digital camera. That's how I got the Bleach Bypass Saving Private Ryan Band of Brothers look on Fujicolor 200. I hope you all had a great Memorial Day. I'd like to thank all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service and what you've done for me. Yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. In the future, I plan on taking some more Bleach Bypass shots of military stuff probably. Because I think military, especially like camo, olive green, is best on it. I'm going to do some of that in the future hopefully. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time in my next video.